Today, we're going through the index match function in Excel. Index and match are actually two different functions that are linked together because of how often people use them in conjunction with one another. When combined, index match creates a great way to easily and dynamically look things up. You'll often see it referred to as an alternative to the VLOOKUP function. For example, if you have a list of products and associated prices, index match allows you to look up those prices. In this example, we have a drop-down where the user can select a product, and when they select a product, we have an index match function that automatically looks up the price for that product. One of the reasons I say index match is flexible is because it works for data that's stored vertically, but it also works for data that's stored horizontally. In the first example, you can see our index match function is referring to that vertical tab, but we've replicated the same functionality using the horizontal data. Just like we saw above, right here we can select a product and it will look up the price, but you can see it's looking up that price from the product list horizontal tab. We can also do more complicated things if we use an index match match. For example, rather than simply looking up the product, let's say that we have more detailed information. On the product list complex tab, we have our same list of products, but imagine a scenario where we change the price for each product every month. So in this example, we have 12 prices for each product, showing us, let's say, the price each month last year for all 6 of our products. Using an index match match, we can do a lookup across both product and month. So in this example, the user can select a particular product and then pick a specific month, and we can see the price associated with that product in a particular month. So in this example, we're saying the price of a T800 was $3,717 in October. So how do you write your own index match or index match match formula? We'll go through an example where we recreate the formulas we just looked at. If you'd like to follow along, as always, hit the link in the description to download a copy of this example file. When you open your file, you'll see something that looks just like this, except where I currently have formulas, yours will be blank. And that's because we'll be writing these formulas together. To understand index match, you first need to understand the index function on its own and the match function on its own. So let's start with the index function. What does the index function actually do? You can think of the index formula as taking a set of data that can be a row of data, a column of data, a combination of the two, but taking a set of data and picking out one piece of information from that data and handing it over to you. In this example, the set of data is all the prices, and the piece of information we're looking for is a specific price, namely the price for the product that the user has selected. In this example, let's say the user has selected the T800. Let's use the index function to grab the price for a T800. So in the highlighted cell next to price, type equals index, open parentheses. The first thing that the index function requires is an array, meaning the set of data that contains the information you're looking for. In this case, we're looking for a price, so the set of data will be all of the prices. Go over to the product list vertical tab and select all of the prices. So that'll be cells D6 through D11. Then press comma. The next thing you need to give the index function is which item in this set of data are you looking for. In this case, we want the price for the T800. Looking over here, we can see that the T800 is the 5th item in the list. So we'll tell the index function we are looking at the set of data containing all the prices, and we want the 5th price from that list. So hit 5 and then close parentheses. Then press enter to see the result. And we see $4,000, which is the price of a T800. You can use the exact same function even if your data is stored horizontally rather than vertically. Let's see that example. So if you go to our next highlighted price cell, so cell D15, and once again type equals index. In this case, let's say we're looking for the price of a T1000. What is the set of data we're looking for? Once again, it is all the prices, but just for the sake of an example, rather than using the prices on the vertical tab, let's go over to the horizontal tab. On the horizontal tab, we will select all of the prices, then comma, and once again, we need to tell the index function which item from this set of data are we looking for. In this case, we're looking for the price of the T1000, and we can see that is 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth item on the list. Press 4, close parentheses. If this formula works correctly, we should see $6,000 as our result. Press enter, and we see our $6,000. We'll skip the index match formula for now. We'll come back to that example once we really have a handle on index and match. So great, these formulas are working. However, if we go back to this first example up here, in fact, let's hide the horizontal example and the index match examples for now. If we go back to our vertical example, right now, all this formula can do is pull the price of a T800. If we change the product to anything else, a toaster, for example, you can see the price doesn't change. And that's because the index function knows that we're looking at all the prices, but the part of the formula that tells it which price we want is currently hard-coded. We're telling it we want the fifth price in the list. So we need some sort of a formula that will see we're looking for a toaster and find out, is toaster the second item on the list, the third, fourth, or fifth, etc. That's where the match function comes into play. Let's X out of this formula. I'm going to hit escape. And as an example, let's type out a match function over here in cell E7 right next to our toaster. So what does the match formula do? It does exactly what we just described. You tell the match formula, I'm looking for a toaster or whatever you're looking for. And then you tell the match formula, where are you looking for a toaster? And the match formula will tell you within that set of data, where does toaster fall? So type equals match. First thing you need to tell the match function is, what are you looking for? In this case, we're looking for toaster. Then you need to tell the match function where you're looking for it. That'll be back on the product list vertical tab. We have a list of products here. So select that list. And again, what we're telling it to do is we have a list of products. We're looking for toaster. And I need you to find toaster within this list for me. So if this function works, it should come back and tell us that toaster is the second item on the list. So we've told the match function what we're looking for. We told it where we're looking for it. The last thing we need to tell it is what type of a match are we looking for. This really only comes into play when you are looking at a list of numbers. In this case, you might say, hey, we are looking at a list of numbers. We're looking at prices. But remember, prices are ultimately what we're trying to get to. But in terms of what we are specifically searching for using the match function, right now we are searching for a particular product. We are searching for text. 9 times out of 10, when you're searching for text, you'll want to use an exact match. Meaning we're looking for a toaster, match function, all I want you to find is a toaster. I don't want you to find anything else besides a toaster. Where you might use the other match types is when you're looking for numbers. In that case, you have a couple of other options besides exact match. If you input match type 1, you're telling the match function to find the largest value, which is less than or equal to the one you're looking for. If you tell it -1, that says you're looking for the smallest value that is greater than or equal to the one you're looking for. But you don't need to worry about that here. Like I said before, we only want to find an exact match, so we're going to put 0, close parentheses, and press enter. As we hoped, Excel is telling us that toaster is the second item on the list. So now it's time to combine our index function and our match function. If we go back into the index function, you'll remember we told Excel to look at the set of prices, and then we told it which price do we want from that list. Previously, we said we want the 5th item, but what we're going to do now is get rid of that 5. Instead of saying that we always want the 2nd item or the 5th item, instead, we'll use a match function to find where on the list the selected product lies. That will calculate which item we want the index formula to grab for us. So in this example, we'll have a match function that looks up toaster, finds that toaster is the 2nd item on the list, and then we'll tell the index function, hey, you've got the list of prices, grab me the 2nd price from that list. So where we previously had a 5, instead let's type a match function. It'll be exactly like the one we just typed out in cell E7. So what's our lookup value? We're looking for toaster, comma, where are we looking for toaster? That's back on the product list vertical tab. Select the list of products, comma, again, we want an exact match, 0, close parentheses, and then hit enter. And you'll see we are pulling in the price of a toaster. And you can go ahead and delete the function we wrote out previously in cell E7. That was just an example. So why does this work? As a recap, we gave the index function a list of prices. And then we have to tell it which price do we want from that list. So we have a match function that takes the product in question and finds where it is on the list. If I press F9, we can see that the match function here calculates to 2. So the index function has a list of prices, and we are telling it we want the 2nd item on that list. I'm going to hit escape to leave this formula. You can try picking other products from this list, and you'll see that the formula updates correctly to give us the price for that product. We can see that the same logic works with the horizontal data set. Let's go back to the horizontal example, and I'll move a little bit quicker this time. So in the horizontal example, we already put in our index function, so we're already telling index that we're looking for a particular price on the horizontal tab. We're looking for a particular price right here. So all we need to do is put in a match function so it's not always looking for the 4th price on the list, but will be dynamic based on whatever the user selected in the drop-down menu. So let's type match. What are we looking for? We're looking for the product the user has selected, comma, where are we looking for it? That'll be on the horizontal tab. Once again, we select the list of products. The only difference from the previous example is that the list is stored horizontally rather than vertically. What type of a match do we want? We want an exact match. That'll be a 0, then close parentheses. And just like the example above, we see that we can pick different products and easily get the price from that list. Okay, so you've got a couple of great index match formulas. You're starting to get a handle on it. Let's go to a slightly more advanced example, the index match match. This is the example where we're not only trying to pull the price of a product, but the price fluctuates month to month. We want to see the price for a particular month for a particular product. As we did in the previous examples, let's start with just an index function that works for one example, and then put in our match formulas. We'll start with the example of the T1000. We want to find the price of a T1000 in May. So let's start with the index function. Equals index. Where is the set of data? That'll be on the complex tab. We're looking for a particular price and we know it's going to fall in this range. I'm selecting all the prices from D7 to O12. In the previous examples, we gave the index function either a row or a column. If you just give it a row or a column, the next thing you need to tell the index function is which item do you want from that list. For example, do you want the second item, the third item, the fourth item, etc. However, when you give the index function an array or a set of data containing both rows and columns, you need to give the index function not just what item do you want from the list, because if you said, I want the second or third item, it wouldn't know what to do with that. It wouldn't know if you're talking about rows or columns. So you need to tell it which row are you looking for and which column are you looking for. In this example, we're looking for the price of a T1000 in May. So let's hit comma. What row is that going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be the fourth row. Then we have to tell it which column we're looking for. So put in another comma, and then which column do we want? We're looking for the price in May. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fifth column. Press 5, close parentheses, and then hit enter. If this works, we should see a price of $5,288. And you can see we got the price we're looking for. Now, we just need to make this dynamic using the match function. First, that 4 tells us where on the list of products the T1000 falls. So we've done this a couple of times already. How do we make that dynamic? Let's delete that 4 and in its place type out a match function. So we'll type match, open parentheses. What are we looking up? We're looking up the product. Comma, where are we looking for the product? It'll be back on that complex tab, and we'll select all of the products listed there. Comma, as always, we're looking for an exact match. 0, close parentheses. And I just hit enter so we can see how the formula is working so far. So right now, if I pick a different product, we can see that the price is updating. The only issue is that it's always going to give me the price for that product in the month of May, because our 5 is still hard-coded. So we've made the row selection dynamic. Let's similarly make the column selection dynamic. So get rid of that 5 and then type another match function. Match, what are we looking for? In this example, we're looking for the month. So select the month. Then hit comma. Where are we looking for the month? We are looking for the month in the row that contains all of your months. Then press comma, and once again, we're looking for an exact match. 0, and then close parentheses. Then press enter. Great. Now we have a fully dynamic index match formula. We can pick a different product, and we can pick a different month. And you can see that when we do that, our index match gives us the price for that particular product in that particular month. Anyway, I think that about covers it for the index match functions today. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions on what we went through here, or if there's anything else you'd like to see me walk through on this channel. If you found this helpful, please go ahead and click the like button, hit the subscribe button, and press the bell icon so you get notified the next time we release a video. Thanks for watching.